Diego, I want to dig in a little bit on, well, there's so many things, but really what I'd like to find out is when this all began, right at the beginning of, gosh, in the 70s, we talking about when you were
70s.
born and all of a sudden your parents are notified. I'd love to know kind of what happened to make them go to the back to the doctor. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So the story is that by the time I born, all the technology that you guys have here, scans and all that, didn't exist. I mean, the doctor just put uh, something to hear at the
A
belly,
stethoscope. Jeez.
Of my mother, and they couldn't even predict any congenital issue
Right.
from the babies. And so when I'm born, I had some. I was struggling with the breathing, so my mom was kind of questioning if I was okay with my breathing. My dad at that time mentioned that it might be a flu or something like that. I was very, very just newborn,
Mm-hmm.
like I was 5, 6 days
Probably,
old.
probably not smoking at
Not
that
smoking,
stage.
no meth, no heavy drugs, nothing.
Right.
No tattoos, no,
No addictions yet at
no,
5 days old.
not yet,
Good.
not
Good.
yet. And so it took me to the doctor,
Right.
and when I was 6 days old, the cardiologist diagnosed that I had what is called atresia tricuspid, which is basically the lack of one ventricle of the
Wow.
heart. So my heart had 3 cavities instead of 4.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
So that's the diagnosis. And when I got diagnosed, I was born in Argentina, so it's relevant for the story.
Yes. No, absolutely.
The technology was, we're talking 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And they had, at that time, they had doubts on even if I was going to have the surgery in Argentina, because they weren't sure. They were thinking even bringing me here to U.S.
Oh, they were.
to
Oh, wow.
to make the surgery, but they didn't do it. There was I got a surgery when I had 45 days old,
Jeez.
where I don't know what they did, but I cannot imagine my father's what I've gone through.
Yeah, I
But
can.
having now I'm a father, so I can totally tell the suffering that is, even when your kids just smash a finger with a hammer, or just very easy stupid things
Right.
that naturally heal.
Scrape their knee or whatever, and
Yeah.
you kind of get freaked out. I know that. And then, you're under the knife. Are they opening your chest at this point? Is that, I mean, how
The first
invasive was
surgery,
this?
yeah, the first surgery was on this side. Got
Oh
a scar
my
here,
gosh.
and then I had when I was 5 years old, I got kind of a clog in my head,
Right.
all by
Like a clot.
a clog
Oh
produced
my
by
gosh.
my heart, and so they drilled my skull and removed the clog.
Right.
And my mom tells the story that before going to the surgery room, I was like numb,
Right.
like not really acting properly. Like I was, numb is the proper word. And when I got up,
Paralyzed. Not paralyzed.
not paralyzed, but like
Just
not animated.
out of it. Yeah, and you couldn't.
Yeah, but when I got off the surgery room, I was like
Let's go.
back
You're
again,
ready. Wow.
back again. Like the clog was really
It was.
affecting me.
Jeez. I
And
bet.
then when I was 6 years old, I got the surgery,
Yeah.
which is called Fontaine Kreuzer, where Kreuzer is the surgeon that did the surgery when I was 6 years old in Argentina.
So they named the actual surgery after
Well,
this.
he invented it.
He
so
invented this surgery.
Yeah, that
Wow.
the Fontaine surgery is kind of is French as well,
Oh, okay.
and he kind of did a variation of it,
Right.
and there came multiple variations afterwards. There were like 6, 7 variations after they did mine, and yeah, it worked. It worked.
Wow.
It worked.
So, well, I mean, when you're let's go back to the first one. So you have 3 chambers and you're having issues. What was the first
I don't know
surgery? No,
No,
just
I
opened you up. But
no, the surgery that actually fixes
yeah,
is the one at the 6 years
in
old.
6. So at whatever they do, sort of a Band-Aid. They're like, well, this should work, and I have no idea. And then now, you're 5 years old. You had obviously a clot, which caused you to have it was blocking functionality in your body.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I don't remember.
At 6, I bet.
I don't remember anything.
And then at 6, though, that one, do you remember at 6? I know. Yeah. That one.
You do remember when you go through
I can
open
imagine.
chest surgery.
Jeez.
You do remember.
And so what was when they said it was successful, when you're in the clear, how long did that take to recover? And what was sort of the expectancy for this?
2 weeks
when
I was in my home. And I remember that I was feeling quite good. I was living in a flat, 4th floor.
Right.
I remember I got my house and I just went through the stairs.
You just went up.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, I was 6 years old. I mean, you got energy.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to burn the energy. And by that time I had the heart to do it. So
Right.
I was feeling right. And I did a lot of sport when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I play a lot of football, soccer or whatever.
Yes.
You wanna call it.
Soccer, football.
And
yeah.
I ran a lot. And but yeah, it definitely changed. And I remember when previously to the surgery, my parents all the summers used to go to seaside city in Argentina.
Yeah.
What is called Mar del Plata.
Okay.
So the ocean there is quite cold. So I remember just going into the ocean when I was 5 years old, something like that. My hands are absolutely violet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because you have no circulation.
The circulation was really poor.
Right.
And I remember that my hand was absolutely violet.
Jeez.
And you look at that, for you it was normal. But now, for example, I got my hands warm. It's incredible.
So after the 1 and 6, now you can go in the ocean and no ill effects, I'm guessing, right?
No, even after the surgery.
Oh, even after the surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, so the surgery was successful, but you still were not great. You still had issues with your heart, right?
Oh, yeah, after the surgery. Well, the surgery that I had at 6 years old was a massive patch.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's a fix, but it had a timer.
Right.
Because the proper fix is the heart transplant.
Wow.
But that was kind of a patch where allow me to live normal life.
Yeah.
For quite a long time.
Quite a long time, yeah.
Taking a lot of care. I mean, a lot of care.
Right.
Drinking,
partying. No, none of.
No.
A little partying.
I have to admit, I did it a bit, but.
Well,
no.
we would go a little bit and have a couple of beers as we do, but so I didn't notice anything at first. It was sort of, wow, this guy's really. It wasn't like you were doing, in a bubble. You weren't sort of taking care of yourself, where somebody would say that, it seemed like you had a normal life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of care with the diet.
Yeah.
I avoided a lot of sodium.
Nice.
For a lot of years. Here is really complicated because all the processed food are
everything
full
is
of sodium.
Yeah,
just
and sugar.
Full of sodium. Yeah, but I didn't have any problem with the sugar.
Right.
I had a problem with the sodium. So we used to cook everything.
Right.
Because it's the way that we
You're not going out to eat because you have to make sure.
You can go and you can do it.
Right.
but you need to take care of what you ask for.
Right.
I mean, there are way more salty foods that you need to avoid.
Yeah.
There are probably other ones that are easier for your body. So you need to take care. I
Right.
mean, if you go and you eat, I don't know, just cheese and salami 24/7
Right. Not
for a
good.
week, yeah, I don't recommend it.
That wouldn't be sort of the heart healthy cookbook for you. Would not have
No,
cheese and
no, no, no,
salami
no.
24/7 with
No,
a
no,
couple
no.
beers.
You don't like it.
well,
You
well,
just
let's
don't
go
like
back.
it.
So hang on a second. We're talking. You had this done. You were 6 years old. You're pretty quick to respond to this, and feeling pretty normal
Yeah.
as well. How was going back to school? And then obviously you're here in the U.S. now. We don't want to skip that far ahead just yet, but tell me about childhood and getting to, through school and through life. Were there other things? Did anything happen that was sort of, or you just your parents are very cognizant of this and they took care of you?
Now, one of the things that they did, and I think it was the best,
Yeah.
that they grew me up like normal person.
Yeah, that's great.
So they didn't put me in between cottons
Right.
and just protecting me. They just
Do
deal
just
with that.
yeah.
Deal with your issues, guy.
Right.
And I think it was the best decision they've ever made,
That's great.
because I never felt less
Right.
than other people, and I've never been bullied at the school, even though that they had material to do it.
Right.
And I just presented my case at the school, say, hey, I got surgery, I can't play tough,
Right.
can't do these things, so happy if you do it, but bug me.
You're not playing tackle football or rugby.
No,
No.
not my specialty. No, but
But you're still playing soccer. I mean, I played soccer with you before, and you were great. Yeah, we
Yeah.
played soccer.
Did we?
We did. We played against the kids when they
Oh,
were playing,
true.
and yeah.
That was
And you're
before the
fast,
transplant.
and before the transplant, you were. Yeah, I saw you had the footwork. You had it down. I mean, you're Argentinian, so that's kind of innate. I mean,
No, but I was really fit at that point. I was quite fit.
yeah, you were. Yeah.
I'm not that fit right now. I need to.
No, we're not playing now. No, this is
No, I can't.
before the
Can't move.
transplant. I can't wait till you can play again.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to happen. But it's before that you had that, which was a few years back, and we took on our daughter's team, the adults versus the daughters, and I think they killed us. No, they didn't. I think we beat them. But that seems like you had a lot of playing in the yard and playing out. And,
Well, I played a lot when
yeah.
I was a kid. I had a chance to play football and in Argentina, that's the only thing that you do.
Yeah, you
So
have to.
There's no other sport.
If you try to play any other sport, they kick you out of Argentina. Here.
It's hard to get it. I mean, it's probably in other places from Argentina where I'm from.
Yeah.
If you go, for example, to the province of Córdoba, you might be able to play basketball there.
Oh, okay.
Some areas of Buenos Aires, which is the capital city, at the very north, rugby is very popular. It's very posh as well.
Right.
But it's kind of a ghetto, so it's
everywhere.
Posh, very, very posh. And if you go, I don't know, probably the same area, tennis also.
Right.
Posh sports there. But football is everywhere.
But football's everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's all over the world. So everybody, but especially in South America, you have a lot of, everybody kind of grows up playing it, which is great because you learn all sorts of things from it, not just how to have great foot skills. But you would be able to play the full 90 minutes out there. I mean, was there any moments where you sort of...
I got a constraint that my cardiologist mentioned to me that if I felt tired, I should stop.
Right.
I couldn't push it. I just can't push it. But when you're young, I didn't have any arrest. I didn't have any issue with the heart. I could run.
Do whatever.
And probably I used the excuse
Right.
that I had a surgery because I was tired at that time, but not because I couldn't do it.
Well,
I
you
was
mentioned you also mentioned the diet, and I want to go back to that a little bit too because you, I mean, I ate everything as a kid, which lead paint. No, don't eat lead paint. But yeah, no, I tried not to.
yeah.
But it is sweet.
I
It is
strongly
tasty.
recommend don't
Yeah,
drink
don't eat lead
lead
paint.
paint.
I can't remember if I no, but you would any restrictions there, or were there restrictions for you to eat? Was that more when you got older?
No, from the very beginning.
From the very beginning. So
Yeah,
your parents knew no sodium.
yeah.
You
At
have
that
to make
time,
everything at home.
at that time
No
was
McDonald's. You're not going out to Burger
well,
King.
McDonald's didn't exist in Argentina at that time. They came
How
in the 90s.
unfortunate.
They came in the
Well,
90s.
yeah, you didn't have. I mean, did you have sort of fast food down there? Was McDonald's the first one to kind of?
No, there was
You
an
have great
Argentinian
street
branch.
food and barbecue and all that, right? I mean,
Yeah,
no, yeah,
but that appeared in the 90s. No.
okay,
There was a branch before called Pumpernickel.
okay,
That's an Argentinian brand, which was a copycat of Burger King.
oh, got it.
But it just disappeared. And then McDonald's came,
They took
Burger King came, and a new branches appeared afterwards. But
no In and Out, so
no,
you're still winning here in California,
Yeah.
or wherever In and Out
But
is.
at the time, the food was the society was not even cognizant about the
Right.
harm that the sodium produces.
Right, right,
So you basically didn't have any options with low sodium.
oh wow,
So nowadays it's really easy because you got a full shelf at the supermarket with low
Right.
sodium stuff. Even you can buy sauces, you can buy cookies, you can buy even bread with low sodium. Where at that point you might probably only get crackers, and they were just horrible.
yeah. So you're not
And
even eating those anyway.
my parents have found a bakery which produced bread without salt, and it was like 20 minutes from my house, like
Oh.
ridiculous.
That's
away.
great. Oh, it was too far, or
No, for a city, it's too
right,
far.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And yeah, distances there are completely different. Like you got everything just crossing the street.
Right,
It's the city.
right.
And so my mom cooked a lot of time,
Right.
and we could eat by that time a lot of beef,
Okay.
a lot of beef, and I ate a lot of salads.
Wow.
That was my main menu. I was really skinny.
Yeah.
I was doing. I was weighing when I was 18, probably 110 pounds.
Oh wow. So
something like that.
you were quite slight.
Yeah,
Because you're not, you're probably what, 5'9" or something?
Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9". So, and no history or anyone else in the family that had this sort of.
My father
condition?
had heart issues, but as a consequence of bad habits.
Got it. So it was
He
more
smoked
right.
for 30 years.
In the 70s, you had to smoke. That was a law. You had to, from anything, as soon as smoking was introduced, you had to, my dad was a 3-pack a day.
Yeah,
And I think they thought it was healthy. Sort of like the sodium thing. Sort of, yeah, if you're not, listen, you're having trouble breathing, maybe cut it down to 2 packs a day. Things like that would be the advice of the doctor who was sitting in the the room actually smoking. My parents were, my dad's from Scotland. And we grew up in Scotland. I started there in life, at 8 years old, and my dad was just loved cigarettes. So he too had heart issues, but it was not something congenital.
No, again, my father had.
Right.
And afterwards, he was obese. So
Right.
and,
Another.
He didn't have drinking problems, but he drank a lot.
Yeah.
And when he was getting older, he quit smoking. He started doing a lot of exercise, and he started eating healthier. But 30 years of bad habits
Oh man.
takes a toll.
Yeah, I bet.
So he gained a few years, but a lot of damage
Yeah,
was
I
already
bet.
there.
Dang.
So he had a massive surgery at the heart, trying to clean arteries
Okay.
that were clogged as well. Um, and the surgery went well, but he had an infection and he didn't make it.
Oh no, that's
Like,
what happened. I
no,
didn't know this about your dad.
yeah,
Wow. How
yeah.
old was he?
72.
He was
Um,
72.
yeah,
Wow.
72. Yeah, he got kind of infection, and he was in and out with the hospital. And the latest, he started feeling bad at my house,
Yeah.
his house. I remember my mom called me, and I rushed. I was living just 5 minutes away.
Right.
I rushed to his house. He was lying on the floor.
Oh.
He couldn't just wake up. We put him on the bed, and we called a doctor. The doctor came, and by the time he came, he had a heart arrest. So
Oh
he died.
wow. And this is in Argentina, obviously.
Argentina.
And how old were you when that happened?
28,
Jeez, man, that's crazy.
2002. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, Lord, 22 years ago.
Jeez. And had you met Valeria at that time, or
No.
you? No. Okay. Wow.
No, she didn't make him.
That's a shame. That's unfortunate. And here you are being so heart healthy, cognizant of your heart. So your dad, that's unfortunate. My dad had other health issues as well, and I'm sure we'll talk about that too. But the other people in your family at that time, so you have your mother and your sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only other sibling, healthy, mom healthy.
Yeah.
What was their lifestyle and what was their health?
Both super healthy.
Yeah.
My mom is 89.
She's 89 currently. Wow.
Yeah, current.
Nice.
89. And,
I've met her. She's amazing. Yeah. She doesn't understand a word I say.
No.
But even if she spoke English, some people don't understand a word I say. So it's not her fault. And I certainly don't understand a word that she said.
It would be worse if you keep your Scottish accent.
Yes, if I do that.
That would be traumatic for me to understand. But
yeah, I hope I didn't have too many beers and make that happen. But which does happen.
No, both of them super healthy. My sister is one of the healthiest person I've ever met.
Amazing.
Yeah, my mom is very active and.
She's older. Your sister's older or younger?
Yeah, 10 years older.
10 years older. Oh,
yeah.
wow. I didn't realize.
We're actually from different mom.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my dad married her mom.
Okay.
He got her, and then he got a widow.
Oh, she passed away.
Yeah, she passed away. And
Jeez.
then he met my mother and me.
Right. Nice. Now I'm curious on how your sister's mother passed away. Did they know?
Cancer.
Of cancer. Oh,
yeah,
God.
leukemia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a nice story.
No, not a nice story. I mean, but and this is the 70s, right? So, and actually that's the 60s.
That's
probably, right?
Actually,
in Argentina.
That should be
She's 10
exactly the 70s.
In the 70s, okay. Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, now we still have cancer, obviously. We still have heart transplants and all of the other things that are out there, but medicine seems to be improving so much. And I know we're going to get into that, obviously, because here we sit. But, I thought, as you said that, geez, it was, and I'm a little older than you, actually, and it's sort of, amazing to look at the facilities that we have, especially here in the U.S., the technology that helps really everybody who has any health issues. So we could talk about that. But let's talk as well about your mom, because I'd love to hear a little bit on her side. She's
89.
So she's going to turn 90
She
soon.
has had a very healthy life. She's very cautious on what she eats.
Yeah.
All the time. She's been active. I cannot recall practicing sports, but very, very active. Moderate with the drinking. Like if it's a dinner,
Yeah.
A glass of wine, that's it.
She's not belting back whiskey or anything. No, that's a pretty good thing.
If there's one beer, just one beer.
Right.
Very, very moderate.
Nice.
And I think a key point was that she was very, very active,
Yeah.
going out with friends, traveling. Well, she's still traveling
Social.
here, so very social,
Mm-hmm.
and doing loads of activities. It's very hard, actually, nowadays to get her at her house.
Yeah. I
She's
bet.
always at friend's house
Right.
doing stuff.
And she's still in Argentina, and so is your sister. And I know
Yeah.
they've come to visit, which is great. So they're active down there and enjoying a pretty healthy lifestyle.
Well, this is one thing that happens in Argentina. The food is completely different.
Yeah.
Food here is crap. It's
Yep.
absolutely crap.
It is. I think that there's
Um,
a lot of preservatives, a lot of stuff that other countries, when you go and visit, it's a lot fresher. You have more.
well, first of all, the food there has flavor,
Nice.
which is something that you might probably want to have at the food.
Now, there's going to be people upset about this because I know we've got some great flavorful food out there, and I love a lot of it. But yeah, I know what you're I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've had your barbecue. It's pretty amazing.
And I think that the kind of food that is there helps a lot with
Right.
all the. So their obesity rates aren't not even close to these ones.
Because everybody's so active and they're not eating a lot of unhealthy foods. Fast food is probably eaten, but not the way that it is here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'd love to talk a little bit about that and kind of how lifestyle changed. I think when we have our next conversation, maybe we could talk a little bit about moving to the United States, what prompted that, and then the differences and coming into a new country, because I did it as well, but I was a lot younger. I was 8 years old. But I know there's a cultural difference, even if you're speaking the same language. You had the challenge of I'd love to hear all of that as well, as we kind of go down this road.
I want to say something before that you mentioned about that technology will progress.
Yes.
One of my motto was that time is always on your side, because I knew that, for example, if I waited for getting a new surgery or getting a heart transplant or whatever,
Yeah.
technology would evolve.
That's true. Yeah. That's
fast enough, probably in ways that you never know.
Yeah.
And
so hold out as long as you can is what your mindset was.
That was my
Don't
mindset.
get your heart transplant until you see where it's getting to that, or it's a
because
necessity.
new things appears.
Yeah. That's true. That's smart.
It doesn't mean that you're gonna have the luck,
right,
to have something magical, but probably technology, especially these days where AI is massively progressing, you might probably be in a better position if you wait for a couple of years. And it's
interesting because I wonder if there's even sort of the psychology of that, of thinking I'm going to get to this stage where I'm going to need this, but I think if I wait to the right moment, I can get better treatment. So I wonder if that's also a way that you kind of got through this too, a mindset.
I always had that. My life is about the technology.
Yeah.
So even while I was studying at university, I saw how the technology was progressing exponentially.
Yeah.
And I knew that can be applied to any field.
Yeah.
So even me going to the doctor quite regularly made me realize that you never know, but technology might probably help you.
Yeah,
that's again, that's not medical advice. It's what I did.
Yeah,
that was my mindset, and that was the way that I carried with my heart issues, and that's the way that I got into a point where my heart couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
So I took it to the maximum level.
I love it. You went to 11.
Always always accompanied by doctors.
Right.
And
You weren't foolish about it, but you knew that this was sort of, you could keep going, and then it was to a point where they said, okay, now is the time where we're going to do this.
yeah, the cardiologist was quite specific about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running out of time.
No doubt about
Yeah.
that. I need to get a replacement.
Dang.
Okay, let's
All
close
right, let's do it.
this episode. Thank you,
All right,
Dave.
absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it, Diego.
See you, people. Cheers.
Later.